All right, today we're jumping into a platform where two of the biggest worlds in tech are colliding: artificial intelligence and crypto. It's called Yupp.ai, and it's built on a pretty wild idea. What if you could actually get paid for your opinion on AI? Let's dive in and see how they're pulling it off.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? You ask 3 different AIs for a simple recipe, and one gives you a culinary masterpiece, while another just makes up an ingredient that doesn't even exist. This inconsistency, it's one of the biggest headaches in AI right now. It proves that even the smartest models are still figuring things out. But it also begs a huge question.
Exactly. Who gets to be the judge? As it stands, the way these massive AI models get better is basically a black box. It's all happening behind closed doors at just a handful of giant tech companies. Sure, they collect our feedback with those little thumbs up and thumbs down buttons, but we have no idea how it's used, or if we're really helping at all.
So here's the bottom line. The system we have right now is secretive and, honestly, kind of slow. It's relying on internal teams and standardized tests that just can't possibly capture the millions of different ways we all use AI every single day, for everything from writing code to crafting a poem. This lack of diverse, real-world feedback is a massive bottleneck, and it's holding these models back from getting as good as they could be. And this is where Yupp.ai steps onto the scene. They're proposing a completely different way of doing things. Instead of your feedback being a freebie they collect, they want to turn your human judgment into a real, valuable resource in the AI economy. It's all about creating an open and transparent marketplace for making AI better.
And you should know, this is not some small side project. Yupp came out of the gate with a massive $33 million seed round. That kind of money tells you that some of the smartest people in the business think this is a huge problem, and that Yupp might just have the solution.
Now, what's really wild is who's putting their money behind this. We're talking about crypto giants like a16z and Coinbase Ventures for sure. But look at the individuals. Jeff Dean, the chief scientist at Google; Biz Stone, the co-founder of Twitter; Evan Sharp from Pinterest, the CEO of Perplexity. I mean, this is a legitimate who's who of the tech world, and they're all betting on this AI crypto model.
So, what is Yupp in a nutshell? It's a free platform where you can basically test drive over 500 different AI models. You get to play with the big names like ChatGPT and Claude, but also tons of smaller, specialized ones. You just compare their answers, and for giving that super valuable feedback, you earn rewards. It's that simple.
Okay, so how does this actually work? How do you go from asking a question to actually earning crypto? Well, the process is surprisingly simple, and honestly, it's kind of fun.
It all boils down to 4 easy steps. First, you put in a prompt, just like you would with any chatbot. Second, Yupp spits out responses from different models right next to each other. Third, you vote for the one you like better and give a quick reason why. Maybe it was more creative or more accurate. And finally, you get this little digital scratch card that reveals your reward.
And right here, this is where the crypto part becomes absolutely crucial. Every vote you make gets bundled into what they call a preference packet. Just think of it like a digital receipt. It has your prompt, the AI answers, and your choice, all bundled together. This packet gets digitally signed and then recorded on the blockchain. Now, why does that matter? Because the blockchain creates a transparent, tamper-proof record. AI developers who buy this data can actually trust that it came from a real person and that it hasn't been messed with.
All of those millions of individual votes then feed directly into this, the Vibe score. You can think of it like a live, user-powered Rotten Tomatoes for AI models. It's a public leaderboard that ranks AIs based on tons of real-world feedback, not some secret internal test. It's basically a democratic, totally transparent alternative to those closed-off industry benchmarks.
The platform pretty much runs on its own little economy. Every prompt you submit costs you about 50 credits, but the feedback you give can earn you anywhere from 0 to over 280 credits. Once you stack up enough, you can cash out, and the rate is roughly 1,000 credits to $1. So the whole game is to give really good feedback that earns you more credits than you spend.
Okay, that all sounds fantastic in theory, but what's it actually like to use? Can you really make some decent money doing this? To get the real story, we dug into a bunch of hands-on reviews to see what the experience is actually like.
And yeah, this pretty much sums up the trade-offs. The absolute biggest pro is getting free access to powerful AI models you'd normally have to pay for. It's also fun, the payouts can be instant, and for anyone in crypto, there's that exciting possibility of a future airdrop. But let's be real here, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The hourly pay is pretty low, the rewards are random, and there's a $50 monthly cap on earnings. It's more of a cool side hustle, or a way to earn a little something while you learn about AI.
But let's zoom out for a second, because the real innovation here is this fundamental shift. In the old model, your feedback is just an afterthought, an unpaid favor you do for a giant company. On Yupp, your feedback is the product. You are directly paid for your time and judgment, and the whole thing is transparent and verifiable on the blockchain. It's a completely different mindset.
And that brings us to the really big picture. Yupp isn't just a clever way to make a few extra bucks. It could be the blueprint for a whole new way of building and improving AI, one that's more open, more fair, and more collaborative, all powered by Web3.
This quote from their lead investor, a16z, just hits the nail on the head. AI desperately needs a trustworthy way to grade itself based on what we, the users, actually think. The problem has always been trust. How do you do that at a global scale? Well, crypto, with its built-in transparency, is the trust machine that can actually make it happen.
So what Yupp is trying to create is this awesome self-powering cycle. The more people use it, the better the AI evaluations get. Better evaluations lead to better AI models. And of course, better AI models attract even more users back to the platform. But here's the Web3 secret sauce. In this model, everyone who helps make it happen gets to share in the value that they helped create.
Now, for everybody in the crypto space, this is the one to watch. There's a lot of chatter about a potential Yupp token airdrop in the future, which would be a huge reward for the early, active users of the platform. Nothing's confirmed, but it's a huge incentive. Just please remember to be safe, watch out for scams, and only get your information from Yupp's official channels.
So as we wrap this up, Yupp really leaves us with this one massive question. We're living in an age where AI is being trained on our collective human knowledge. Your feedback, your judgment, your unique point of view, it's becoming an unbelievably valuable resource. The real question isn't if it has value anymore, it's what is that value and who gets to benefit from it?